Alright, let's get this started here. Okay, welcome everyone. So, this is kind of spur of the moment. I sketched this up last night and I was really proud of it, so I thought, hey, I'll finish it on stream and talk with you guys too. Alright, let's get this started. Oh god, I need to mute my stream. Didn't do that. Do that every time. Okay. So, I have a shit ton of references up because I'm not confident that I'm going to be able to do this very well. This sketch alone took me well over 4 hours to do last night. And I don't think I'm going to do anything more than line art. I kind of just want to focus on doing like a really nice lined piece because the whole point of this is me working on weak points I have as an artist. I have a lot of trouble drawing armor, a lot of trouble drawing male figures, and a lot of trouble drawing weapons. So, since I've kind of become, like, addicted to Doom Eternal and to Doom 2016 soundtracks, and I've kind of just been listening to them on repeat, figured I'd do this. So, let's get started. Alright. So, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of do a lined picture. I also have a lot of references up because I still don't think I got all the detail that they put into his armor. Also, if you hear any of this, it's me readjusting my wrist brace because I kind of messed my wrist up last night doing this, but yeah, what can you do? So how is everyone? Hope you all are having hope you guys are all having a good time. I know isolation is really driving everyone insane, myself included. So, yeah, let's... Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh no, okay. Thought I merged the layer down. Alright. So, I figured while I talk about this... I figured while I draw this, I could talk about what happened in my boyfriend's game yesterday. Because that's what I did last week, and all of you guys seemed pretty interested in the Eldritch bullshit that was happening. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. No guarantee I'm gonna stay fully focused, because this has like I said, this took me a long time, and I'm still not very good at this kind of thing. And I'm not very confident. Alright, hold on. Made this a little too tight. Everybody wants me to add Isabelle, but this is where I lose my entire audience. I've never played Animal Crossing. I didn't have a console that could play it when I was younger. And when I was drawing this, I debated if I wanted to add Daisy the bunny from the first game. If you guys haven't played the original games that came out in the 90s, I believe it was in the first or the second game, one of those two. I was very little when I played this game, so you have to forgive me if I'm wrong, but Doom Guy had a bunny named Daisy that the demons killed at the end of the game. So, debated if I wanted to include her, but I also was like, okay, I struggle with drawing animals too. Do I really want to really torture myself? So, Oh god, no AC, I understand that. Our AC was down for I put out a tweet about it like last week. Our AC just quit working for some goddamn reason, and it was during one of our first like heat waves. I live in Florida, so the heat gets pretty damn bad here. Also, because I saw somebody asking, and I know it's gonna get asked again. I use Paint Tool Sai, and drawing program is Paint Tool Sai, and the tablet I'm using is a Wacom Intuos. So, before anybody asks. Alright, so where did I leave off with you guys when I was telling you guys about what was happening in the game last time? I think I left off with Meredith being dragged into an alley by an unseen force, I think. Let's see, what are you guys? Ice is not going to help me here, guys. Uh-oh. Alright, so where I left off was Mary got dragged by some unseen force into... Why am I pulling this one up? I should be bringing this one up. It's better resolution. Meredith got dragged into an alley by some unseen force. She didn't know what was going on, and suddenly was staring into a puddle and had this weird fucking eye shit happen. Apparently that was only happening in the reflection, I guess, because Meredith tried to cover... Meredith always keeps one of her eyes covered because it has a tendency to weird people out. Because that weird eye thing happens just kind of randomly. And well, I met my patron and found out that my patron is basically just the assistant manager of whatever eldritch shit is going down in the ocean. So he described the way that, the way my boyfriend described it, my boyfriend's the DM, by the way. The way that he described it was that it was like a red serpent with one eye, with multiple pupils just kind of floating around. Oh god, why did I not include all of this in the sketch? God. 4 hours and I still didn't get everything. And, he described it as like a giant serpent, and it called itself an oculus, which I really don't really know what it meant by that, and it wouldn't really specify, so... You know, we'll find out. Basically, find out Meredith is this thing's vessel. It's physically inside her body, which I kind of already guessed because of the weird shit she was having going under, like, with seeing shapes going under her skin. And it's basically like, why are you afraid of me? I done all this nice shit for you. I gave you like, you know, I gave you your husband's sword. I've protected you. Like, my power is the reason you survived the owlbear attack. Why are you afraid of me? And she's just like, listen, dude, you're kind of fucking scary. Oh god, that just did not work. Alright, we're gonna block out the basic shapes and then I'll go into with detail. That's gonna drive me nuts if I try to do that now. God. I swear, in the new game, you can tell that the art department just had a fucking field day. With all, not just, like, with, like, all of the environment pieces. Like, the Doom Eternal's skyboxes are probably some of the best skyboxes I've seen in games, like, to date. But, like, just... how fucking crazy they went out on this. Admittedly, I don't play a lot of shooters. In fact, Doom is kind of the only shooter I have any experience with. When I was younger, a lot of kids around me were playing things like Call of Duty, and that, like, was no interest to me. But, God, I love anything that's... I typically like anything that has occult imagery, hell imagery, space, and, like, really obscure lore. Which is a wonder why I haven't... Which, honestly, I told my boyfriend that, and he genuinely questioned why I haven't played Halo yet. Alright. God, drawing all this shit from an angle is fucking hell, man. Sorry guys, just reading the chat. But yeah, he basically was like, I've given you all this shit, why are you afraid of me? And she's just like, listen, you know, what you had happen was kind of scary, you know, you kind of drained a bunch of owlbears of their blood and then set it on fire, and then I got in trouble with the guards because of your bullshit. So basically Mary discovers that this weird calming presence she's felt pretty much since she woke up has been this thing the entire time. And my father's home. Okay. So it basically tells her, don't go talk to Talith, the High Elf, again, or I'm gonna be mad. And she's just like, okay, I totally have a sending stone for him, and I'm totally not going to obey you. But she's also not really brave enough to challenge it. Not quite yet, at least. Alright. Oh god. Even the visor, Jesus. Alright, let's see if we can get this to work, because it looks like there's some shapes here. So again, trying to draw this at like a 3/4 angle when this is nearly a... I mean, I guess this is sort of a 3/4, but it's not as 3/4 as the one I'm going with. So I'm not including the face because I don't possess that skill to be able to, if I want to keep this just line art, I don't possess the skill to be able to translate that into lines without adding a bunch of color, and I kind of just want to make this really nice lined piece and maybe some color block. Like I was thinking of like leaving any exposed skin just white, coloring the armor the green, and coloring the visor black. And I don't know, I was thinking of potentially, oops, wrong reference. I was thinking of potentially putting this up on my Redbubble shop as a sticker or something, because I'm trying to get more designs up there. But I'm admittedly a bit reluctant, just because last time I put up fan art, which is allowed on Redbubble. I checked it out after it happened. Fan art is allowed as long as, like, you know, everything you created the image and it's not like a vector. And I did some fan art for Little Nightmares 2, because I'm really excited about that game to come out. I did like a little sticker of Mono and Six in front of like a staticky TV. And that was taken down extremely quickly, so I think I'm going to review the terms of service and guidelines again just to make sure I'm not breaking anything. Let's see. Oh god damn it, Connor. I see you in the chat, Connor. Get back to work. I got this. Alright. Calling me that. See, this is what I live with, guys. She abuses me left and right. Alright. I think that's alright for now. Start working our way down. This is not going to be a super accurate depiction of this by any means, just because I don't think I have the physical art skill to be able to get all of that detail in, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so there's where the... God, I wish I could get into the minds of people who design this shit for a living, because I don't know, armor has always been something that's I've never understood. Like, I love the way it looks, but I've never really understood, like, how do you piece that shit together without it looking clunky and, like, overdone? Okay. So, I'm getting tagged again. Why? I would stream it if my computer could handle it. I plan on upgrading my computer fairly soon. It's just waiting for that to be in the cards. his Little Nightmares is, well, first of all, I really loved Limbo when that came out, and I really loved Inside when that came out. Also, sorry if you hear any crinkling. I have gummy worms to get me through this. So, when I saw the trailer for Little Nightmares 2, I got really excited because I loved the first one. And thought it was just such a interesting game. I love games that do environmental storytelling because it leaves like a lot of room for theories. Oh, Jesus. Sorry for the banging, that's my dog running into the wall. He's not that smart, but I love him. Jesus. Oh, actually, no, that might be him in the recliner. Never mind. Alright. So, yeah, I want to put this up on Redbubble when it's done. Like, again, as another sticker design. I have a couple of them up right now. I've got, like, my basic chibis. I have one of Emmy, that, the Koi Fish Triton, because I'm genuinely, out of all of the pictures I've done, I think I get the most compliments on Emmy because of the koi fish thing. I can't take credit for that. My sister gave me that idea. But, God, she was fun to draw. I need to draw her again. Drawing her skin is really fun. Doing all of, like, the little color patches. Alright, so we'll say there's a... Okay, checking the chat. Let's see here. Thank you, Long. It's really not that clean. At least, it could be cleaner, but thank you. I'm really trying to keep the lines delicate so that I can have room to add hyper detail. This is just, like, so out of my element for what I usually draw. I'm used to drawing, like, these really... I'll pull one up. I'm used to drawing these really cutesy, where is it? Like... I'm used to drawing stuff like this, which is, like, so cutesy and very obnoxiously anime. Like, with giant wide eyes and really, like, really cool color, like, really, fantastical color palettes, I guess. I don't think I'm saying that right, but I'm trying. So moving to this is kind of like, it goes against everything that my artist brain wants to do, because, like, the most armor I've ever done is more medieval style armor, and that was only because I was really challenging myself. In my Eberron game, my boyfriend is playing a Warforged that is basically just a reanimated suit of armor, and he's very heavily inspired by the Lich King, so that meant, like, fucking World of Warcraft style armor with, like, the giant pauldrons and the really exaggerated silhouette. And even that was really challenging. But I really want to get better at... I want to get better at drawing not just, like, armor like this, because I don't think this is going to become my new go-to, but I need to get better at drawing more exaggerated silhouettes. I want to get better at drawing men because I'm really bad at it. A lot of times when I draw them, they just kind of end up looking really, really feminine, which is fine. That's usually not what I'm going for. I usually... Like, nothing wrong with drawing a man that looks more feminine, but I want to get better at drawing more built and more exaggerated silhouettes for men the way I do for women. Because right now, I can draw a lot of different body types for women, but I can't draw a lot for men. So, well, I guess they're leaving. Cool. I don't know where they're going, but they're going somewhere. Cool, house to myself. I'm not going to say no to that. Alright, so I actually might simplify. Now that I'm, like, looking at this, I think I'm going to simplify this to its most, like, the most prominent lines. Like the divider, like, what divides the plates on the visor and the different plates on the armor. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to line all of this with all of that detail within a 2-hour frame, which I don't really want the stream to go over 2 hours. I have stuff I have to prepare for today. Actually, speaking of, I have something kind of exciting for you guys. I'm very nervous to put it out, but I think you guys will like it. It's a gift for my niece, actually, but it's something I've been wanting to try for a long time. I talked about it during the Bards for Bards stream, but I used to sing a lot. I used to be, I was in vocals for pretty much the entirety of my high school. I was learning how to play guitar when I was pretty young. I think I started when I was 14. And I dropped music when I left high school. For, that's a story for another time. But as I've kind of gotten more comfortable with YouTube and more comfortable in front of you guys as an audience, I've wanted to pick music back up again. So I'm putting a cover out fairly soon. It's a gift from my niece. I won't tell you what the song is, but it is a song from No, not Disney. I believe it's Pixar. Well, fuck it. They're basically the same company at this point. But I think you guys will like it. It's a little different from my normal stuff, and it's definitely not going to be the new focus of my channel, but I thought it'd be cool to like put one up every now and then. My niece is turning 4 this week, actually in 2 days. So, and this is one of her favorite songs. So I wanted to do something really special. This is something I tried to do last year, but I just didn't have a good mic for it. And, well, now I have a much better mic. And, the composer of my music, Decasaurus, or, Aiden Diamond Voice Acting, I think is his Twitter name now. I'm sorry, Deck. I'll learn it eventually, I swear. He's offered to help me mix it, and has given me some tips to help me record, and I'm really excited for it. I think at the very least it's going to be a special thing for my niece, and that's all I really care about, is that it's special for her. But I'd also like to see what you guys think, because it's something I want to dabble back into. My voice is incredibly out of practice, and I need to like start practicing more regularly. And my breathing is horrible. Like I said, I'm very out of practice, but I want to do it again. It feels nice to get back into it, because I used to love it. Let's see, what are you guys thinking? Oh shit, I missed Super Chats. Oh my god. I am so sorry, Connor. Aw. That's sweet, Connor. God damn it, though. Save your money. So, Kamachakta? Oh god, I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Because E1M1... Uh-oh. Also, Daisy, the reason we have Doom, and Eldritch Middle Management Snakes. Thank you so much. Good god, thank you. $100, thank you so much. And... The Gospel Gamer, Rip and Tear, was wondering if we might be able to get info on the totally not dingo thing you were alluding to last stream. If not, no worries. No, because nothing's planned yet, okay? I'm not even going to confirm I'm not even going to confirm anything. It's just nothing's planned, so I'm not going to make any promises. I will say, though, we do have something exciting coming to you this weekend. It's going to be a double stream weekend, because this weekend we're kicking off the live game that we're playing, which is going to feature myself, my sister, our friend Shelby, who, if you guys didn't catch the last stream, was the person who created Aldrich, the Creepy Death Cleric, so he makes some really cool characters, and a new person, Nick Call, who goes by the Adventures of Lonk. I know I saw them in the chat. She does really adorable art, by the way. Her art style is fucking gorgeous. It's so cute. We're all playing a game that's going to be ran by Deck, who, again, composed the music for this channel. And I'm really excited. That little dragon girl you guys saw me pull up is the character I will be playing. Her name is Nia, and she is a divination wizard. I'm very excited to, like, get this off, get this started, because, if I could, I'd play D&D all the time, if I could if I had the time and social interaction capacity, I would, because I just love it so much. But I also think it's like be a cool little thing just to do on the stream. It's going to be to do on the channel. God, I'm all over the place. It's going to be every Saturday at noon EST, I believe. And I'll have like the official stream notice and stuff set out later this week. But yeah, I think you guys will like it. The world Deck has is really cool. It's a very simple world, but there's a lot of substance in it, so it's really cool. I think you guys will like it, and the story seems pretty damn solid. So yeah, D&D stream. It won't be running for like the entirety of my channel or anything, but I think you guys will like it, and it'll be a fun way to kind of interact with you guys. Oh, there was another super chat. I'm missing them all. Oh my god, guys. Literally discovered you today and already love you. Thank you for all the D&D stories. Thank you so much, Puddle Shark. That's very sweet. And welcome to the madness. I apologize in advance. Gentleman's pancake. God damn it! Take that, Connor. You gotta save, man. You gotta save. It's not good for you. Alright, so, okay, let's get back into this. I'll be checking again in about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. Oh. Damn it, Drew. Grim of Sparta, $2. Last session was a pretty good time, yeah. That's one of the players in my Wayfriends game. Thank you, Drew. Thanks for showing up. I'm so sorry if I'm missing any. I genuinely forgot to check for super chats. So I am so sorry. Alright. Pancake, I'm gonna like ban you from super chats. Is that possible? Can someone tell me if that's possible to ban somebody from super chats on YouTube streams? Because if I can, I'm putting Pancake on that list. Swear half of the Bards for Bards donations were from Pancake. By the way, all of the super chats from Bards for Bards were donated 15 minutes before the stream started. So thank you everybody who super chatted for the stream. We were encouraging everybody to use the GoFundMe because YouTube takes a very large chunk out of super chat revenue. But I did deposit the super chat revenue today, and the GoFundMe is directly linked to Artist Relief Tree, and will go out to them, I believe, in a month when the campaign ends. So thank you so much for everybody who donated. I think we mentioned last time, but the amount of money we raised was enough to fund about to give 72 artists a grant of $250, which in these times could be the difference between somebody making rent or somebody being able to feed themselves. So really, thank you again. I cannot say thank you enough for how successful that stream was. And I've seen this question floating around before. I do want to do another charity stream, possibly in the summer. We just kind of need a break from Bards for Bards, because that was extremely crazy. And we will have the feature video out soon. It's just there are a lot of submissions, guys. We're still collecting them from Twitter, because believe it or not, they are still coming. They are still coming 2 weeks after the stream. I do have a stream highlights video coming up for you guys, and it's different than my usual stuff. I'm trying to make it like a more animatic style, because that's what I'm trying to move into. It's just taking me a little longer than I thought to finish. So bear with me. It'll hopefully be up either by this week or next week. I'm about halfway done with it, so fingers crossed. Jonesy, $20. Save your money, Pancake, and lots of love for Shelby. Aw, thank you so much. Seriously, everybody save your money. I just came here to have fun. I just came here to have fun and talk to you guys. Oh god. How many of you guys played the original Doom game when it came out? I was like not quite a conscious human yet when I was playing it, so I guess saying I played it is kind of a loose term, because by play it, I mean I would fuck around in the tutorial or like the first level getting scared by the demons, and the fact that at the bottom visor, like the more hurt you get, the more bloody the guy's face would get. And it used to scare the shit out of me. But it was, again, one of my very first gaming experiences, and I remember some of the demons very well. Just like, vivid childhood memories. And I remember watching my sister play it, I remember watching my brother play it, and again, but it was one of my first, I think I said this in the chat earlier, it was one of my very first gaming experiences. I think I may have played Doom before I played whatever games we had on our N64 at the time. So when I saw that there was a new game in 2016, I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen that in a while. And it just kind of faded to the back of my mind. And then my boyfriend wanted me to listen to the Doom Eternal soundtrack, and it led me into the Doom 2016 soundtrack. And I'm not a huge metalhead. Like, I appreciate, like, it's not like I dislike metal, I just don't listen to a ton of it. I think the most I listen to is Jonathan Young covers. But good God, I watched the little documentary about them making the heavy metal choir, and it was just fucking amazing. And I was just from like how games, like a how games are made perspective, like a game design perspective, I think the new game is stunning. I mentioned before that the skyboxes in that game are unreal. And you might not know this, but back when I was little babby in high school trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, I wanted to go to school for game design. Specifically, I wanted to be a concept artist for games. For gaming, I think I was specifically looking at being trained in game character concepts. And, well, obviously that didn't happen. I would still love to be able to go to college for it, just for the experience. But I've always loved designing characters. I've always loved designing fantastical characters. I'm kind of, like, bullshitting this here. Forgive me. And I never really... Blah. Words are difficult. Words are difficult, and I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Yes, you do exist, Slonk. Be nice to yourself, please. Oh, Jesus, this chat is moving extremely fast. So, hey, guys, should I add the rabbit? Should I add Daisy in here, just for fun? After this line art, should I, like, put the rabbit, like, over here? Like, I don't know, like a little... oops. Oh, God, I thought I deleted my line art. I would have been so mad. Like, put, like, a little rabbit here. Like, little ears. Here's your rabbit. Not that good at animals, but I will try. There's Daisy. She can sit there for a while. Oh, God. Why did it... I don't know if it's popped up old super chats or if it's going back. Hold on. My chat's having a hard time keeping up with what's going on. Hold on. Let me refresh the live stream lab. And grab another gummy worm. Alright, yes, okay, everybody wants the rabbit, so we'll keep the rabbit. I'll actually, like, make it look nice. Here, I'll do a... Let me turn my sensitivity down, or my stabilizer down. Real quick, and we'll, like, sketch up a tiny, cute little rabbit friend for Doom Guy here, because he really needs it. Honestly, I think the most heartbreaking thing about this game, the original game, is the fact that Daisy dies. There we go. There we go. I know there's like new lore with the Doom guy now, or like the new games introduced like a kind of soft reboot, but I still like to think Daisy the Rabbit exists somewhere. There we go. Tiny little bunny friends that will just sit there. Alright, let's get back to the armor. So... what's the Nick Sloan, what's the surprise stream? I am shook for $5. Thank you so much. Not sure if it really counts as a surprise stream, considering I said I was gonna do it on Discord yesterday, but, you know, I just wanted a fun title. I halfway, like, after I like put the stream notification up, I realized that I wrote D&D stream on this, and I'm like, no, I don't want to promise something that might not be the focus of, like, might not be the focus on the stream. Must fix, must delete. Alright. Okay. I think I'm gonna bullshit a piece of metal up here and, like, extend this. Because let's be honest, this armor wouldn't exactly function very well as armor in the real world, so why not just add extra pieces? Because I drew the helmet up too high and I don't want to go back and fix it. Alright, so we'll just add weird shapes. That's how you cover it up. That'll work. Actually, that didn't turn out too bad. Cool. So what's everybody doing in isolation? Are you guys still surviving? Are you guys going crazy yet? Sorry, reading the chat, guys. Reading the chat. There. We'll call that done. I might just... should I make this super clean line art, or should I keep it in this kind of sketchier style I've been going with? I kind of think maybe my hand's just not meant to do super clean and precise line art. As much as I wish I could, I think I just need to embrace that my style's kind of messy. And not that there's anything wrong with having a messy style by any means, just I think we all, as artists, we are always our worst critics, and we are always going to be way overly critical over the way we draw, and we always compare ourselves to people. I think I just need to embrace that I don't draw that my line art's never going to be clean and smooth and perfect like I want it to be, so I just kind of need to embrace the kind of sketchy mess. I think that where my line art is very weak, my coloring is fairly strong, so I can kind of make up for one with the other. What do you guys struggle with? Any artists out there? Do you guys struggle with line art? Do you struggle with color? Do you struggle with shading? For me, it's always, I love putting color palettes together, but especially as I've, like, gotten more comfortable with using more colors, and I've learned how to shade the way that I shade now. But, some things I've always struggled with are, like I said, armor designs. Any battle kind of designs, like, I struggle a lot just drawing, like take D&D, I struggle a lot drawing anything that could resemble a fighter. And, hold on, I can probably pull up my attempt at a fighter. It wasn't perfect. Here she is. This leg is kind of weird, so ignore it. So, I don't know. I've always struggled with things like this. Pinterest has kind of been a godsend for me, because I constantly just have a ton of fantasy outfits on my pinboard, or like on my feed. So what about you guys? Let's check the chat and see what do you guys think. I struggle with shades a lot. People and animals I struggle with. I struggle with art in general. Don't we all? Don't we all? Let's see. I struggle with shading, line art. Honestly, color and line art is hard. Like, I can shade objects, but not people. I struggle with smooth lines. I think one of the biggest tips I picked up from shading is I always refer people to this when I'm asked about my shading, because I learned it from ABD Illustrates. He, on his video where he drew his D&D party, he went a little bit more in depth on how he shades, and it made me really start to take advantage of the layers of layer effects in Sai. Before, I used to kind of avoid them when I could because I didn't want to become reliant on them, but I kind of have just come to understand that as an artist, this is my program and I should be using my program to its fullest potential. I'm not a painter, and I'm not someone who uses like 12 lines to shade like one part of skin. So I started taking advantage of layer effects, and again, I'll pull up that little headshot I did of the wizard I'm playing. All of this was accomplished with the same color. All of that shading is done with pretty much the exact same color, but it looks different across the different colors because of a layer effect. That's not the one. If you guys are Sai users, I use the Lumion shade. Here, I'll put a really... And when I would use Lumion shade and use a color like this, which is kind of like a very desaturated, kind of indigo purplish color. And what I would do is I would put that on Lumion shade, which I think is one of my favorite settings because it makes shading a breeze. And depending on how you play with the opacity, it makes like a very nice meld. It makes all of the shading very cohesive. And of course this changes as I shade. Because like Nia here has a very cool toned color palette, whereas alright, who else have I drawn recently? Here, we'll take this one. These two here, this Dragonborn, his clothes are a bit warmer because he's got this kind of desaturated burgundy color. It's got a lot of gold. All of this is shaded with the same color. It just looks different across all the colors because of the layer effect. No, I'm not saving that. So once I kind of embraced the layers and trying new things, I found that my style looked a lot more cohesive, my shading looked a lot nicer, and I was able to focus on being a bit more dynamic with like hair shading and like being a bit more detailed and not worried about colors, like crazy colors not melding together right. Okay, I struggle with putting my head to paper. What's in my... Oh god, I understand that struggle. One of the hardest things I think any artist can go through is art block, or it's either art block or just not being able to get what's on your head, what you have in your head down. It can be extremely frustrating and can be extremely discouraging, but I find if I walk away from the project for a day and I come back with fresh eyes, I hate it a little less, and I'll still find things I want to change, but I won't be as critical about it because I'm not as frustrated. I'm not as oh, why won't this work? I can do this in my head. Why can't I do this on paper? I spent 10 years doing this. Why won't it work? So if you are having that problem, I think taking a step away, and looking at it with fresh eyes later when you're less stressed about it, I think is pretty helpful. But then again, everybody deals with that kind of thing differently. So if that doesn't work for you, don't beat yourself up. It just means you need to find a new way. There are multiple routes to one solution, so Alright, let's see. Thinking I might follow my lines here a bit closer than this, because like I said, I think I want to do a more simplified Doom guy, because I don't want to drive myself crazy or have the stream go on for another 8 hours. Oh god. Oh, Brady is smacking the door again. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go bring my dog back here so that he can calm the hell down, because I hear him going crazy. So, just enjoy staring at Doom Guy's bicep while I'm doing that. Okay, I'm going in. Brady. Oh, no, not over there, silly. Over here. Come on. Hey. Over here. We have some monkeys in here. And, that was my giant-ass dog that you guys just heard. Hey, good boy. Hey. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. Back to it. Alright. Ow, fuck. Okay. See what you guys have to say. 8 hours. Looks like my bicep before quarantine got it. Oh god. Oh god. Just drawing this man's arm was so fucking difficult because muscles are another thing that I'm just not good at, and I'm better at drawing them on women than men, because fucking ladies just make a lot more sense to me. I pretty much drew exclusively women for almost 4 years. So, I'm getting out of, like, a stagnated point, I guess. I think I'm coming out of it okay. I mean, this doesn't look like a lady, I don't think. Looks fairly masculine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let myself be a bit more free with this, because if I continue working like this is going to take me a long time. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's get let's start on the chest plate. We'll come back to the pauldrons in a bit. Because I know that part on the abs is going to really kill me. Actually, no, drawing this fucking shotgun is going to kill me. Because I spent so much time on it, and it still just kind of looks like a piece of plywood to me. I have a couple references for the gun, but it's really hard to find, like, decent resolution for the guns, and I thought about doing the super shotgun because, oh, I guess you're gone. He's had it with me, I guess. Oh, no, he just wanted to get on my bed. Oh, well. Didn't want to hear me blabbing to nothing, I guess. I thought about doing the super shotgun, but the meat hook on it, I could not get to look right from this perspective. And also, I just think the normal shotgun is more iconic. So, I briefly entertained the idea of drawing him with the BFG, and then I was like, hell no. Let's see. Going through the chat, guys. Stream Pupper. Well, Stream Pupper left us, guys. Sorry to say, Stream Pupper is gone. He had it with me. He's had it with my shit. I don't really blame him. I've posted Pupper a few times on Instagram, but he's just a giant bull mastiff. He's a big boy. Big brat. But, you know, as he should be. All dogs should be spoiled rotten. softer edges on it. Not as harsh as I was drawing them. How do you guys like the new music, by the way? One of these is a new composition. I think actually the new one is the new composition that's playing. Yes! Deck is working on a few more, I believe, but this is the newest one he sent me this morning, and I think it sounds really, really nice. I love how they all just, they blend into each other very nicely. So I can put them together in my videos without having too much of an overlap. And like it being too, I can put them in my videos without it being too, like much of a drastic change like it would be when I was using Kevin MacLeod stuff. Or Kevin MacLeod, however the hell you say his name. Just gonna add some little curved lines here. And, like I said before, I'm just gonna kind of make this a really nice line arted piece. Or at least that's my attempt. God damn it, if I could stop hitting the wrong reference picture. Brady, what are you doing back there? I just hear him going crazy. He likes to do this thing where he buries his face into blankets and then just rubs his face vigorously. We think it's like his version of the Zoomies because he's a bit of an older dog. So when he gets hyper, he just like wallows in his blankets or wallows in one of the recliners, like shoving his face into the like the seat, and like the little crevice between the seat and the back cushion. God, he's a weird dog, but he's pretty cool. Alright, bring that down. Oh god, I need to probably... Yeah, that looks a bit better. Doesn't need to be that big of a gap. Alright, what does his other side look like? So that side is more like plated. Like overlapping plate. I'll check the chat in just a minute, guys. Hold on. Alright, coming. Weird pets are the best pets, yes. I don't think I've ever had a normal pet. When I was younger, I used to have a bearded dragon. I love reptiles, and I used to have a bearded dragon who we named Big Man. We got him when he was fully grown, and he was kind of old. And I remember he used to sit. When I would clean his cage, I would sit him on my pillow to let him kind of just chill there. He'd end up falling asleep on my pillow while I was cleaning out his cage. God, he was a good boy. Oh god, I almost... Oh, we might need to move Daisy over just a tiny bit. There we go. That's the wrong brush. We're gonna lower Daisy's opacity so that I can include her. Drawing a rabbit with no reference, but I think it's turning out okay. Alright, I think we're going to probably go for another 30 minutes or so. Does that sound okay to you guys? Mostly because I don't want to, have a super, just a ton of super long streams that people can't chew through. think that'll be enough time for me to get all this line art down, and then I'll like refine it off camera and do all the color block I want to do. We cannot forget the grenade launcher. That's what I'm pretty sure this thing is. I'm going to be very transparent. I've pretty much only been able to watch Let's Plays of the new Doom. And I know that a lot of people aren't a fan of that, but I don't have a console to play it on, so anyway, I ended up watching Jacksepticeye's playthrough of it, and I just started Mark's because those are my two favorite Let's Players right now. And I don't know, I think in terms of like Let's Players, Jacksepticeye and me have the same kind of appreciation when it comes to going like the design of games and how games are made. I could gush about a game's graphics for hours, a game's environments for hours. Oh god, when the fucking Shadow of the Colossus remake came out, I was in heaven because that was one of my favorite games as a kid. Alright, I need to fix that because that's not quite right. Do you guys have any games that you played when you guys were younger that like are just like staples of your childhood? I think Shadow of the Colossus was one of mine. God of War, I played a lot of God of War growing up. I got the first one I think when I was 8 or 9. And god, it was so good. I played Devil May Cry a bit later. I think when I was like 13 or 14, I played Devil May Cry for the first time. Me and my sister talked about this in the last stream, but we grew up mostly on my brother's game collection and used to watch him play games, and that's how we developed our love for games. So we played things like Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. Let's see, we also played Wild Arms. I actually saw some people in the comments who knew what Wild Arms was, and it made me so happy because I never meet anybody who knows Wild Arms or like see anybody who knows it because it's a very obscure Japanese title. And I believe like the more common known name for it is Alter Code. I could be wrong, but that's what I understand. Alright, well we got Daisy, guys. I'll go ahead and bring that down. Oh god, I played a lot of Dragon Quest growing up. Dragon Quest 8 and 9 were the ones I played. Goodness, I loved those games. And I know they remade it fairly recently. Oh god, Pop Tropica, that takes me back. Is that even still around, or did that die with Neopets? I'm actually kind of happy that this Aldrin doesn't have as much detail as this one, but it's not going down far enough, so we're just gonna edit this. There we go. I'm probably gonna end up drawing the shotgun off camera. Just a warning, because that's gonna drive me nuts to try and do that on camera and still keeping an eye on the stream. Alright, let's get back to my other reference here. I know my references have like different levels of detail, but it's kind of hard to find, because I think it's just because it's such a recent game, it's kind of hard to find new, like the new suit, I guess. Says I'm gonna do something simple and then goes into says I'm gonna do like a simplified version and immediately goes into fine detail. Alright, let's just get this bicep going. God. I don't understand how muscles work. I need to really seriously visit anatomy soon because I just do not understand how muscles work. And luckily I don't have to draw most of this ab stuff because the gun is covering it, so I guess that's something I did smart. One of the very few things I do that's smart. Let's see. Going through the chat. Oh god, Pop Tropic got a sequel? Seriously? I might have to check that out just, like, to see. Let's see. Oh, I missed a super chat. I am so sorry. Aqua Wolf X87. Thank you so much with the cute little emoji. Thank you so much for the $4.99. God. Gentleman's Pancake, $2. Sorry, I was peer pressured by your Discord. Guys, stop getting on Pancake. He doesn't have to donate. Don't pressure the Pancake. That's not good. Speaking of, guys, I know I've had some problem with my Discord server link not working. I have replaced all of them, so if you are not in the Discord server, we would love to have you. It's a very chill server, where we all just kind of be nerds together, talk about the games we like. It's a very nice and chill environment, open to everybody, so if you would like to come. Ooh, I know what I want to show you guys real quick. So, I've been putting together my first attempts at actual merch. I say I have a Redbubble store, but I don't really advertise it a lot because I'm not quite done with it. It only has like 8 or 9 designs up, and I want more of them up before I'm being like, hey, you know, go check this out. But I had to edit some Patreon rewards because I couldn't keep up with the custom chibis anymore. So I started designing buttons, and in June I have a button design coming out. It's the first one that's going out to patrons, but it's also the first one I'm making available to you guys, and it's for Pride Month. And I think you guys will really like it. I've already shared this with my Discord, and I'll share it on Twitter when we get a little bit closer. Droidzel Gladier? Oh god, I'm so sorry if I mess up anyone's names, guys. Thank you for the $2. Hoy, here's a little something, love your work. Thank you so much, that's very sweet. So this is what the button I came out with is going to look like. It's going to be like cut off around where these white edges are. That's the wraparound point. I think you guys will really like it. I'm very happy with how this came out. I wanted to include as many flags as I could. I'm sorry if I missed your particular flag. It's just I had to kind of just include the core 7 that I could think of without the background being too busy, or it would clash with the foreground chibi. But I think you guys will really like it, and I'm very excited for these to come out. I actually have a sample of them coming, so I can test quality. And I'm just very excited. So I think you guys will like it. They will be on sale in June, and I will be holding a giveaway to give some away in June as well as patron. But if you are a top tier patron, which is the natural 20 patron tier for $15 a month, you will be getting a button every month starting in June. So yeah, exciting new stuff. And I do apologize to anybody who may have joined because they wanted to be they wanted the chibi. I just cannot keep up with it anymore. Chibis take me, like a fully colored, really nice chibi takes me anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to do, and there are well over 20 of you guys who have picked that tier. I don't have the time to keep up with those chibis and also to keep up with the Chibis, and also produce my regular content. So I hope you guys can forgive me. Is that looking okay? Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. What do you guys think so far? Take a break to go through the chat and give my hand a little bit of a rest. Oh god. Like I said, I kind of messed my wrist up last night working on this. I have a habit where when I'm doing something that's really... I have a habit of when I'm trying to do something new, I tend to push myself a little too hard, and I ended up... I drew a lot yesterday and kind of ended up messing up my wrist doing a 4-hour sketch. So, what can you do? Life with carpal tunnel. Let's see, let's go through these here. Oh, yeah, I meant to say this earlier. Also, the 20K stream is this weekend. I'm going to be drawing Critical Role fan art for that stream, and it looks like Jester has won. I'm not gonna lie, I'm ever, like, so slightly kind of sad that Yasha got so little votes, because I love... Yasha is my favorite Critical Role character I think it's ever been on the show, maybe besides Vax. So, yeah, I'll be working on that sketch later in the week. In that stream, I will be with my sister, and also our composer, Deck, will be joining us, so you guys can get to know him a bit more. Oh, God. Okay, something I realized when I was drawing this, and why it was so difficult, is the fact that the armor makes his hands look just so chunky, and, like, so little, like, wrist definition. Oh, I'm gonna need to move that gun, god damn it. Like, it makes his wrists look way too, like, let me see here. Let me pull this up. Like, it makes his wrists look almost too thick because of all of the padding. And I'm so used to drawing, like, really spindly hands that it just kind of broke my artist brain. That is not what I want to be focused on. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is finish lining this here. Because like I said, I think I'm going to do the gun off camera, and then I might sign off for the day. So let's get this hand finished. Does his gloves have any fancy smanchy shit? Also, before anybody points this out, I know that I neglected the blade on his arm. I tried to make it work several times, and it either obscured the gun, or the perspective looked off. Even when I tried the snake trick that Joe taught me, it still didn't look right. So we're just gonna have to deal with that not being there. I hope you guys will, you know, not hate me for it. I'm already challenging myself enough. I kind of have to make compromises here. You know, the bright side about him having just a shit ton of his gloves just being really chunky is that I don't have to really worry about the hands looking too perfect, because, well, they're covered and they don't look like normal hands. Turn this way to get this plate here. Drawing hands in that perspective specifically is incredibly difficult. But, you know, I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it. It looks alright. Vampire Scythe, $20. The chibis were great, but we'd rather keep you sane. Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate. Thank you so much. I'm glad you understand. I didn't mean to say appreciate. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you understand. I have to keep things that are reasonable for me to do, and I don't like making promises that I know that I cannot keep, because that's a disaster waiting to happen. So, alright, let's just get the last bit here. Like I said, I'm not going to do the gun on stream, but let's just get the last bit here, and then we'll start signing off. This is always like a struggle, because I don't want it to look... Always a struggle when I'm doing like bust shots or like waist up shots, because I don't want them to look like a hard cutoff. So I was trying to use his belt as my cutoff point. I'll have to edit that later. Oops, 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 oops. I ran into his hand lines. Oops. Okay. Alright, so I think here's what we got so far. We added Daisy. We've got pretty much most of his armor done. I'm gonna probably add some more details off camera and suffer through that gun off camera, because I know that it's gonna take a lot of back and forth. I'm going to end up streaming for like 4 hours if I try to do the gun here. But thank you so much for showing up to this really short stream, guys. I know that this was kind of last minute, very spur of the moment, and I hope I'll see you this weekend for the start of our D&D game that will be running on this channel, and the 20K live stream. Also, I put this up on Twitter already, but starting May 1st, I will be on the Twitch channel Roll for Damage every Friday in May, playing a live game with some really cool people. I'll be playing with people from Wonder and Blunder, Sean and Shannon from Paradise RPG. It's gonna be really fun, so I think you guys will like it. Alright, you guys have... Oh, one more super chat. Nick Sloan, no, don't leave us. $5. I'm so sorry, but I'm so sorry. I've also just kind of run out of time. Any tips for aspiring artists? I can answer some chat stuff real quick. Challenge yourself, I think, is my biggest thing. It's something I tell almost every artist who asks me, is challenge yourself. Make sure that you are, always stepping outside of your comfort zone. Try not to get too comfortable, because then you face dilemmas like this, where you are struggling on stream trying to draw a man's bicep. Or you spend 4 hours on a sketch and ruin your wrist. So don't be afraid to try new things. Learn the fundamentals. I think that was probably one of the best things that Joe said during the stream, was learning the fundamentals will help you draw whatever style you're trying to achieve. If you learn to draw it in a more realistic way, you will learn to draw it in a cartoony way a lot better, because you will understand it. Draw from life, all that fun stuff. So, okay, looks like everybody's saying bye. Alright, so thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, wash your hands, all that. It's a crazy time, so, you know, just be careful, take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye!